Well, hey there, it's John here, and I'm at the Hands-On Discovery Center, where all week this week we are celebrating STEAM Week, science and technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Don't forget the math. Today we are celebrating specifically technology in one of my favorite forms, robotics. Usually when you think of robots, you think of big, complicated, like humanoid-like machines that are programmed to, well, maybe take over the world. Hopefully not. But robots are any type of machinery that are programmed to complete a task. Today, our robots are going to have one task in particular, to make beautiful art all on their own. To do that, you can grab a whole bunch of supplies right around the house. You will also need some things, maybe order them online, or I'll show you a cool way that you can actually harvest some of these robotic pieces that you might actually have at home. You just don't realize it. You will need a couple markers. You will need some type of body for your robot. A plastic cup works great, but really get your mind going. Think of what other things you could make your doodle robot or Doodle Bot out of. You'll need some scissors. Tape is a big help for this project. I love duct tape, but Scotch tape or even masking tape would work just fine as well. Also, you'll need a whole bunch of arts and craft supplies to make your robot really awesome and unique. You're also going to need a battery. Ta-da! AA, AAA works just fine. And you're going to need one of these. This is a DC or hobby motor, and they can actually be found in a lot of toys that have movable parts. So if you have a movable toy that just isn't moving anymore, you want to get really arts or reverse engineering, you can actually find some of these hobby motors inside of toys lying around your house, or you can order them online. That's kind of the easiest way, but definitely not the most fun. All right, let's get started. To make your robot or doodle bot, you are going to want to attach your DC motor using the two leads on either end to your battery. Again, we're going to use tape because it's easy. Cut off a piece of tape, and you're going to put one lead onto one end of your battery. Obviously, it's not going to start powering up the motor yet because we haven't completed the circuit. But if we were to apply this other lead to the side, and you're not going to see it, but there is a tiny little motor arm that starts to, ooh, there it goes. It's a whirring. But we can't really see it because it's just this little tiny arm. So we're going to offset this motor arm using some glue sticks. Cut off a piece that's maybe about 2 inches or so. Perfect. And you're going to just stick this, stab it right onto that motor arm. You can, again, experiment with this doodle bot. You could stick the glue stick right in the very center so it's symmetrical on both sides. I'm actually going to apply it so that it is off-centered. It is unbalanced. This way, as the motor arm is swinging, it will actually off-balance your doodle bot a little bit, leaning him one way and then another. And since this goes pretty fast, it's actually going to start rocking around your robot. You'll see what I mean once we finish this. Having some technical difficulties with this glue stick. Awesome. We'll come back to that later. Our robot, the body, whatever you're using, it could be like an empty tin can, a soda can, a plastic cup works great too. We're going to add some legs to our robot using the markers. These feet, as he's kind of jittering around, are going to be what actually makes the beautiful robot art. You can use 3, maybe 4 legs. I wouldn't go with 2, because if you've ever sat in a 2-legged chair, it's a little wobbly. It doesn't stand up. So at least 3 markers. You are going to tape them with the marker side pointed downwards. Because remember, the marker nib or the marker tip are his feetsies. So there's 1.
Doesn't have to be pretty at this point. Ta-da! You can also experiment with how they are placed. Here, this one's kind of at an angle. What if this one is like at another angle? I don't know. This activity offers a lot of opportunities to really turn this activity into a science experiment. Change up all of these different variables so you can make the perfect robot. There's 2. You'll want to kind of space them fairly evenly. You can take the time to measure them out, but I don't got time for that. Then 3.
Perfect. We're going to place the motor, tape it right on top. That might be his little head up here. Place it kind of flat as you can against a rounded surface, and have him so that the spinning arm isn't going to like bump into the cup at all. Tape him down right here. Try not to tape yourself to the robot. Awesome, beautiful. Might need another little piece of tape there. Perfect. And of course we don't want this battery just kind of flopping around, so you'll want to grab another little piece of tape and secure him. I think I'm going to put this maybe back here. Just like that. Now, right now, this doesn't look the prettiest, but don't worry. That's why you got all of those arts and craft supplies, because you can turn this kind of scary looking piece of stuff found around the house into, wait for it, drum roll please, ta-da! I have added pipe cleaners and googly eyes to really give this guy personality, but all of this, the basics are the same. He has the marker legs, he has his battery pack tied on back here, and he has his little motor arm up here. Notice this one lead is still not attached, because once we put it onto the battery, all of a sudden, that motor arm is going to start spinning around the glue stick, and he kind of jiggles. He wobbles around a little bit. What does that look like? There he goes. Now, to see if it works in real life, let's get some stuff out of the way here. Clean a spot for our magnificent palette of paper, and see if our robot can actually make art. Here we go. We're going to take off those marker caps. Ta-da, ta-da, and ta-da. Make sure that this is taped on nice and tight. Why are you not taped on? Technical difficulties again. Let's see if this will stay on now. Yeah. There we go. Notice as he's kind of wobbling around, as that glue arm is kind of bouncing around, he's going to kind of take a little stroll, and as he's walking, he makes these cool little patterns on the paper. Now, once you've built your robot, again, take it back to the drawing board, take it back to the laboratory, and maybe change up one of the variables. Maybe change up how you did the glue stick, or change up how many markers you have. Turn this into a cool experiment that you guys are going to enjoy at home. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some of the other STEAM videos that we have going this week. Also, hit that thumbs up button if you like it, and you can help us keep the science alive. But right now, I gotta find a new piece of tape because this motor's not staying on. Bye, guys! All right, we might have to do a little bit of fixing up here, but don't worry. Stand by.